Okay. Here we are on Cauldron. And this is the correct version. This is actually the version that we should have been using for the tournament. You may notice this is a little bit different to the previous ones. We got Pillars over here in the English, over on the top left, joined by their teammate Jakobe over on the top left playing the Rus, and in the bottom right also playing the Rus, or also playing the English, so they're going to be civs opposing the opposite civ in this case. We've got Simtom playing English, and their teammate Nyan Racing Cat playing as the Rus. The Rus English versus Rus English. We've seen this a bit over the tournament, but not too commonly. There's been actually a pretty decent variety. Rus obviously kind of doing the same thing the French did last event. Knights are extremely good in 2 versus 2. You can bounce around both of your opponents. So yeah, we're seeing players kind of recognize that, and they're gonna go for a lot of early scout play as well, because, you know, the other good thing about Rus is that they get a lot out of the bounty on the map, and this being teams, there is a little bit more bounty in a 2v2 map. Not significantly more though. There's just like a bit more, so you're not guaranteed to get 500 bounty. I think that used to be the case when the maps were a bit bigger, but ever since they decreased the team game map size, it's actually been not as consistent to get 500 bounty. You have to get things like both boars, for example, if you want to get it. And people obviously contest very heavily against the enemy Rus players. Actually, interestingly, I actually think you could use the TC to kill deer at this point in time. I think they're actually close enough to it. But we're not going to see that this time. And I don't think we're seeing anything too different coming out here. Jakobe's getting a little bit more bounty, but they're not significantly far ahead. They're just like a little bit far ahead. And in the case of Pillars and Simtom, actually Jakobe's going to hit 250, which is, I guess, actually that's kind of significant. Hitting 250 bounty before your opponent is very nice. And I wonder if we're going to see something like, you can kill your ally sheep if you're like really wanting to go the extra mile, but they are just going to kill their allies deer. And this is going to bring them up pretty high actually in the bounty count. Because none of this gold is mine. This is all bounty. There's a whole bunch of sheep here as well. So another 30 right there. And you know, this is like Rus mirror, so bounty is the thing we're going to pay attention to early on. The timing on the Golden Gate though is actually in favor of Nyan Racing Cat. So Eyes in the Forest looking pretty good in that regard. And you're just clearing the allies' deer. Maybe a whole lot of extra bounty there. And I believe, is that wheelbarrow? No. Oh yeah, it's just Golden Gate. So they're at like 425 bounty, sorry. Give or take. So they're looking pretty good. Wheelbarrow's coming up now. Recognize that, hey, you know, we can get that. And because this is the correct spawn positions for players, you can actually be a bit more defensive here. It's like a little bit easier to turtle. Like the distance between you and your ally is a lot closer. You're a lot further from your opponent. And your councils are coming up as well. Golden Gate finished on both sides. English player is going to take a little bit longer. Obviously, they can't just, you know, collect gold with their scouts. And actually, if Jakobe kills a boar, they might be close to getting 500 bounty. If they get both boars, they definitely will get 500, so... I wonder if we're going to see them go for that. There isn't that much fishing on this map, so... You know, you're going to get food in like a more traditional sense. And that extra food bonus is quite nice. The extra gold from the hunting cabin is also very good. It's quite a significant difference. Alright, we're seeing longbows come up from both players now. And the rush distance is a lot longer, so you can't just, you know, throw them towards your opponent. Because you are going to be up against like both players if you try and attack. Alright, let's take a look. More scouts being kind of annoying. Longbows are out though, so nobody can really... Like, the scouts can't really push forward anymore. Like, they can kind of zone a little bit. They can create some space. They can wall. They can like tank hits from knights and then run back because they got that auto heal, but... That's really kind of the best they're able to do. And yeah, everybody's like very even on economy. Pretty much equal villager count across the board. Oh, but here we go. This is the significant difference. Because now one of these scouts is tanking and the rest of these knights are going to get the kill. And that's a whole bunch of money. It's a whole bunch of bounty. And I wonder if he's going to like run across and kill the other boar as well. Because if that pushes you into that 500 bounty, and I'm actually just going to check real quick. So we're gonna swap over to here and then we're gonna click this button. 445. Okay. That's the only way I can check, I'm afraid. Sorry if the timer spoils anybody here. But yeah, if they just go for this other boar, then yeah, they hit 500 and that's a big difference. And he spots it, he's got his army running past it. The scouts are available to tank. I don't know if he's going to go for it though. No, just going to go across the map and do some harassment instead. And over on this side, yeah, we're seeing something similar. Knights and longbows going to potentially push across. And oh, they catch a scout. I would say it's a little bit out of position, but maybe that's the point. It is meant to be there to do that. These knights, they're just gonna, you know, poke and prods. Will they actually catch these early knights over here? Potentially. No, they're gonna get back in time. Oh, longbows. They've got a couple hardened spearmen with them actually, so they're fine. 3 knights is not going to take on this many longbow with these spears behind them. And yeah, they've got early knights here to kind of ward away too. And yeah, there's all these longbows over here. So yeah, both players just going to be able to set up and defend a bit easier. Not going to be quite as effective with the raiding. That's a lot of knights. 9 on that side versus 4 on the side of Neon Racing Cat. But in this case, Pillars is a little bit further behind on score. But Jakobe is kind of making up for it. Whereas it's kind of like more even, more equal on this side. So a bit more of a balanced team over on this bottom right. And they're going to come forwards. Are they going to kill this boar? Maybe. There is a scout, so it could happen. I wonder if he's going to go for it. It looks like it, yeah. Scout goes forward to take the hit. And it's always worth going, because it's like so easy once you get a decent number of knights. And that's 75 gold right there. Easy days. And yeah, that denies the opponent from getting 500 bounty. A good pick off there. Ooh, another nice pick off here as well. Gets that scout. Longbows are here to defend. Oh, but yeah, this village is going to run up and tap these walls just to get them up. And yeah, nice defense. Oh, gets caught out of position on the retreat. I think we're going to lose, what, one knight goes down and a whole bunch of damage on the rest. Rather unfortunate. And yeah, now it's just a case of how much damage is going to come in here. I'd like this attempt at trying to get shoreline fish, but that is not going to work out. It's very greedy to go that deep into the map. Okay, we're going to see a run by come in? Maybe. That's a lot of damage from those longbows though. Early night goes down. Damn, that's a lot of longbow fire. But there's also a lot of longbow fire on this side. Oh, Nyan Racing Cat lost so many vills that time though. Oh, potentially they could pick off someone there. Simtom actually goes up to Castle Age behind this. Recognizing that, hey, you know, we've got time. Gets the King's Palace as well, so that's going to be essentially another TC. And if they can just sit back and boom, they're actually in a pretty good position. This is very open though. So, I mean, if these wanted to just push up and push through, they could actually do some good damage, but just going to kind of play it safe for the moment. Pillars, I don't know why it's saying their score is so much lower when they're essentially on a very similar economy. I mean, I guess we could take a quick look at the upgrades. They've got the archer upgrades. What are they doing on economy? They don't have any of the forestry upgrades. They only have wheelbarrow. Let's take a look over here. What are we looking at? Only wheelbarrow on this side. They do have the lumber upgrade though, so... Okay, Simtom's going to be getting more efficiency out of these. And yeah, they're also just going to find a nice wooden fortress to burn down. No vills inside this one though. It looks like they grabbed the boar and then they were just like, yep, we're done. We're going to leave now. And over on this side, oh, knights find a villager. Do a bit of damage. But they're going to eat quite a lot of damage too. That said, all of these vills are just going to run back in and potentially just die. Nope. Well, one of them does. And big aggression over on this side. Early knights versus early knights. These are going to find, yeah, just a little gap here to get out. Nice harassment coming in from these veteran longbow now. Dang. They're going to be doing a lot more damage. They do 10 damage a shot. Only 4 armor on these. And they're veteran longbow on both sides. Yeah, pillars up on Castle Age as well. Yeah, knights are actually not going to be very effective in this situation just because longbows are going to do so much damage. Although they are tanking a lot of these arrow hits. Good charge comes in, deals a lot of damage. Longbows also just kind of shooting and scooting. Or scooting and shooting, I should say. Oh, and now they're under the Network of Castles bonus, 20% increase to attack speeds. That's going to be pretty dang effective. And if we look at these upgrades, 2-1, 2-1, okay. Actually, we take a look at these knight upgrades. Ooh, Yan Racing Cat only has the armor against ranged units, whereas Jakobe has a lot more upgrades and actually is way far ahead in terms of Vill count. I think that Night Harassment was actually doing a lot. There was also 5 Vills lost here earlier, and that's going to be very, very painful. Now, shoreline fish are some of the fastest gather rate in the game for Vills. I think it actually might beat boars, but it is very risky to go here because it's very open. You're at the bottom of like a large hill as well, so you're not going to be able to see up that as well. Your opponent is going to be able to, you know, rain fire down upon you. And nice poking away here. Just a little bit of bonus damage. But ooh, Pillars now has the upgrade advantage. And that is going to be pretty significant because, you know, it's going to reduce your opponent's damage to 8 while you're up at 9. And, you know, that potentially makes the difference between like a unit getting killed or not. And I don't think either player's got camp, but camp is actually quite nice. Could heal up some of these longbows, but nobody going for it just yet. Let's take a look. Yeah, hasn't grabbed camp. I think I'm gonna save that little bit of gold though, and go for more upgrades instead. Really wants the wedge rivets upgrades. Ooh, but this is a springald emplacement now, and that's actually gonna do a lot of damage. It did get nerfed in the recent patch, but it's still enough to drive away some longbows from your opponent. Okay, these Vills are back. Is the boar actually still there? I can't quite click on it. It looks like it is though. Okay, Jakobe actually I think is going to go up. Yep, they're going to get the Abbey of the Trinity. And what's Nyan Racing Cat doing? They aren't close to going up. It doesn't look like they're going to go up anytime soon either. Yeah, they're just going to keep producing more units. I think they're going to rely on SimTom to be doing like kind of the booming on this side. And yeah, SimTom's up on 2 TC. They've been up on 2 TC for quite some time. They have a nicer economy than Pillars too, so yeah, it makes sense that they would just keep focusing on that. And ooh, over on this side, still early nights. Getting picked off here. Sacred Site getting captured now. That's a nice pickup. And they're going to be able to retreat to this tower, so they're going to have that lovely attack speed bonus. I don't quite know what the deal here is though. I guess like trying to just focus down all the knights. It is working out really well. Actually, yeah, killing all these knights as well before they can be upgraded to regular knights is really important too. Because these aren't going to get any stronger, but these still can get upgraded, and the upgrade from between early knight and regular knight is huge. There's a lot more health. They do like 4 or 5 more damage per hit. At least on the charge anyway. I believe they get bonus armor as well, so yeah, look at that, just like a huge chunk of damage, more armor, more health. So yeah, targeting those knights down when they had the opportunity to, that was like really significant. Yeah, because these are way beefier now. But so many of them went down before that, yeah, even though these knights are a lot beefier now, it's still not working out entirely. Ooh, nice early knight getting some harass. Is that going to kill another Vill? Yep, gets one more. Doing some good damage over here, and yeah, over on this side. Yeah, just picking off more and more stuff. Man at arms coming in. Ooh, these are the really beefy ones too. 8 armor on these. They're going to tank a lot of shots. And I actually really like this army composition from SimTom. They got way more of these man at arms coming in as well, but there's so many archers that they're just getting like killed before they can even reach. That said, it doesn't matter that much because these are just here to tank fire. It is rather unfortunate they're just going to get killed there for free, but it is what it is. And now, ooh, now we got We've got priests coming in. They're going to be able to heal these between fights. Even during combat. Okay. And I think the next stage here is... Okay, you know, your man-at-arms are doing a pretty good job. Running in here, tanking fire, but you need siege behind this. And are we seeing any siege coming up behind this? I don't see any just yet. But mangonels would be huge here. Okay, sacred site stays on this side. And actually taking the sacred site's pretty huge too, because that's a little bit of gold income coming in for both players on the enemy, on Eyes in the Forest side. Yeah, and Racing Cat is so far behind, down at 62 pop. And Simtom almost 100. Actually at 100 more pop than them effectively. And Pillars, yeah, also doing well there. But Simtom has this huge army, like absolutely gigantic ball of now man-at-arms coming in, and now veteran longbowmen, and now crossbows coming in as well, doing a lot more damage. Battering rams taking out this outpost. Or actually wooden fortress, sorry, not an outpost. Could have maybe gone for the hunting cabin, but decides not to. Oh, and now we see a keep coming forwards, and yeah. I think Pillars is just like, I've had enough of this. I'm gonna do something about that. And actually, this sacred site over here is really nicely positioned as well, so... Ooh, but this is some good harass. Yan Racing Cat kind of recognizing that, hey, you know, I'm behind, and I've got regular knights now, so I can actually, like, kill Vills pretty easily. I think these Vills have the textiles upgrade, though, so they're gonna be fine. And yeah, they're just kind of running around at the moment. I think people are starting to pick up relics, or at least thinking about it. Possibly going to see sacred sites getting taken more as well. Oh, a man-at-arms just runs in here. Actually, a few man-at-arms run in, and they're just going to do a whole bunch of damage. That is a spring-loaded replacement though, so these will go down. They're not quite that powerful. And yeah, keep us up at the moment as well. Spring-loaded placement though, gonna do some good damage. Oh, we're seeing man-at-arms. Yeah, they're getting a bit more harassment in here. Taking out some more Vills. But Nyan Racing Cat is still really far behind. And it really is, it's basically can Simtom carry in this point in time. Siege Workshop is up. Are we going to see Trebs come out? I would imagine a Treb is going to come out. Oh, goes for the Mangonel first. Okay. I guess he wants to deal with all the longbows. I'm actually gonna maybe get a pot shot on these Vills. Okay, gonna do a bit of harassment with those longbows. Knights come in, try to do some damage, but don't really get that much. Go down for their trouble. Oh, a couple straggler units get aggroed. Not paying the most attention. Oh, nice pickup over here. This knight takes out, I believe that was a warrior monk. Stops the relic being taken. And yeah, now we have a lot of longbows doing quite a lot of damage here. Yeah, this knight's just getting absolutely mowed down by a lot of archer fire. And Mangonel is here to support. I would actually really like to see a Treb low, because Trebs completely outrange everything here. And these are English castles, so they can also serve as siege workshops. Oh, now we've got action everywhere. I think an early knight knight came in there to do some harassment, but didn't make it. And now we just got like a bunch of fights over here. These knights getting driven back by archer fire. And yeah, we have the Treb in. Those are just going to do a whole bunch of damage. Ooh, knights find some Vills, but they also find crossbows. That's not really ideal. There are a lot of knights though. I think they could just turn around and maybe kill the crossbowmen. But it would take all of them, and yeah, that's just not going to happen in this case. And we have double trebs coming out. Both players making trebs now. And yeah, this castle's not going to be long for this world. This knight up here just fights everywhere. Even getting stone walls. Maybe could have built this a little further forward just to cover the sacred site. And even the trade post. But no. Simtom and Yan Racing Cat like just forcefully want to take the map. They're gonna build walls, make sure no counterattacks can come in, and now they've got the trap count, they can push. They've got longbowmen, they've got these veteran. Wow, actually Simtom just built a lot of horsemen. And that makes sense, there's a lot of enemy archers up. These are actually pretty good against longbows. At least when you've got like units behind them that are actually doing the damage. Like these are just here to tank hits. They have a lot of health, they have a lot of ranged armor. That said, kind of missing the units to back them up. They're just kind of running in and just taking a lot of enemy fire. Once your opponent goes crossbows as well, actually, yeah, that's when horsemen start to shine because they don't take bonus damage from those. And, oh, this is actually looking pretty good. Mangonel's coming in. Is this actually going to get a shot? Yep, Mangonel shot comes in. It does quite a lot of damage. Enemy Mangonel. Oh, not going to be quite in range. Ooh, Mangonel goes down though. And we've got the Springolds. Takes out the opposing Springolds. And I think, yeah, it's going to go down as well. Siege is so fragile now. I think these Trebs may also go down. They seem to be okay for the moment though. There does seem to be just enough in front here. And Simtom and Pillars... Okay, Simtom's losing a lot of army population here. They have a lot of eco behind this, but Pillars just has a huge army. And actually like a pretty big bank too. And oh, these veteran horsemen, they're not getting rallied into the fight, they're getting rallied past it and then just charging in after. And that is not working out for them. And I think Pillars might actually push through this. That said, there is a counterattack going on over on this side. Knights do pick up a lot of villager kills. That is actually significant damage. So as long as they can hold on over on this left flank, I think they'll be okay. That said, there needs to be another Mangonel. There is! Okay, this Mangonel needs to do something then. Because at the moment, yeah, there's just a huge archer ball. Oh, Mangonel shot comes in, kills a couple crossbows, damages a bunch more. And yeah, I think these recognize that, wait, we actually have to pull back. We can't take on all these Springold outposts and this wooden fortress. Like, these aren't keeps, but they are doing a decent job. Alright, speaking of keeps, Pillars makes a defensive keep. Recognizes that, hey, I'm fed up of getting raided by knights, I'm going to do something about it. And actually, the eco is actually evened out. That's a lot of vills that went down. Yan Racing Cat actually overtaking Pillars in economy. And it's not like anybody's going to Imperial yet. I mean, Pillars in theory could go up to Imperial. And maybe that is the play, but not doing anything about it just yet. Oh, I really want someone to take this sacred site. Like, it's completely defended. That's like a whole bunch of easy money right there. But not at the moment. Too much focus on the actual fights going on right now. And Treb, okay, it's doing a good job sieging this wooden fortress. This is probably going to go down before it really achieves anything. Oh, a couple crossbows running in, unfortunately. Wooden fortress also going to go down. And what do we got over here? Yeah, they're just a fight between a wooden fortress and a keep. Alright, that's just going to take a while. Ooh, Mangonel goes a bit forward without support. Gets picked off. A couple knights lose their lives in exchange for it. I think that's worth it though. It does take quite a while to build siege. And these knights, I actually think they're going to kind of lose a lot of value as the game goes on. Because they're just going to run into chokes and die. And that's going to be rough. This sacred site actually gets taken down. And yeah, this is like, I would have liked to have seen this stone wall a bit further forward because of this, so this wouldn't have been able to be so easily taken. And what do we got here now? Yeah, Knight's just kind of running in, getting kind of killed. Mangonel, oh, I wish this Mangonel was firing right now. Oh, and it does, it gets a hit, does a bit of damage to these archers, pretty good. And the longer this fight goes on, if this gets microed correctly, and actually like hits this archer ball, it's going to do a lot of damage. It does, yeah, it takes out a bunch of archers. Goes down, another Mangonel comes up. Oh, those were really clumped up, but I don't think it hit the clump. And now, wow, these knights are coming in, they're doing so much damage to the siege. I think Jakobe and Pillars have got it. I think they might actually take this game. There is some harassment coming in on this side though. Some really good economic damage, but Jakobe has 134 vills. I guess he almost wants some of these vills to go down. This economy is so huge, and dang, this longbow ball is like pushing forwards really hard. Horsemen's starting to clear it up though, with these longbows behind. And it really is just going to come down to who can do some good counter harass. Oh, that is a Treb sieging this keep over here. Repairs are coming in on it. But that's a lot of stone having to be spent to keep that up. Knight harass coming in over here, doing good damage. More vills getting killed. But Jakobe has so many vills. And I think, yeah, he's still fine losing some. Alright, and now it's just like a lot of horsemen and a lot of longbows. I think both players recognizing that we don't really need this many crossbows. Nobody's really making that many knights anymore. Knights generally actually being used for harass more than anything else. And oh, insufficient stone. I think this keep might get killed. And yeah, he pulls his forces back, kind of recognizing that. Oh, but the warrior monk charges in. Oh, it could have been taking the sacred site. But yeah, then there's two Trebs. They're going to attack ground. Keep goes down. And while there's, oh, a Mangonel getting kind of walked into the enemy forces right there, there is a nice little counter push over on this right hand side. Nyan Racing Cat doing some good damage. And, oh, they're going to possibly get much more Vill kills. Pillars now with the weak economy. And Simtom behind this is actually going to age up before Pillars does. Interesting. I think Pillars now recognizing, wait, I have to go Imperial. Jakobe also going Imperial. Nyan Racing Cat. I can't see anything like that. A couple relics for them so far, but yeah, they aren't looking to be aging up anytime soon. Keep, that's a very aggressive keep. Wow. Getting built under archer fire as well. And these knights, they're doing a lot of really good harass, but oh, as soon as these are like elite knights, that's going to be a problem. And this keep, this is way too far forwards. No way was that going to happen. Simtom actually kind of pushed this back. He's going to take this sacred site. I really wish they would take this sacred site. It's just so much easy money right there. They even had a warrior monk run to their death and run past it earlier. But this is like really back and forth. Simtom now pop capped. I believe they're going to get the technology. Yep, they've got the tech for the free gold there as well. So they've got that super powerful late game economy, which Pillars does not have. Pillars still in the Castle Age. I say that, Pillars goes up to Imperial Age. Our commentator's curse right there. But we're looking over on this side. We've got elite longbows now. With fire arrows. So they're going to do a lot of damage to these knights. Yeah, I mean, these are elite knights, but it doesn't really matter. Like, longbows with the fire upgrade are going to absolutely maul these. And yeah, you just need siege to deal with these. You need some Mangonel shots. Possibly like a cannon to just pick them off over long range, but yeah, they are not going to be long for this world. And if we check here, I think he actually grabbed the trebuchet upgrade as well. So these are going to be doing AoE splash damage. It's going to be really scary to deal with. Even seeing this keep getting pummeled by trebs, there's a whole bunch of like knights and horsemen up here. They're doing a lot of damage. Pillar's economy getting ravaged once again. More towers going down. Yeah, there's trebs kind of picking this off too. And this is like more and more vulnerable over time. And yeah, just Pillar's is like, I actually have to pull my army back. I can't deal with this anymore. And that opens the door for Simtom to just be like, well, I'm just going to push on the other side then. And that's a big army. I wish the Trab wasn't slowing everything down, but... And actually, I really like this use of moving this stone wall forward. Blocking off over here. Making sure that they can just get this monk over to the sacred site. Please, please take this. Somebody. It's been here all game. It's been perfectly defended. You're fighting over taking these, and there's this sitting here. I'm so... Oh. I think both players are going to look back at this game and kind of kick themselves over not taking that sooner. Alright, we've got more longbows pushing up, and now they actually do bonus damage against buildings because of these fire arrows, so they're going to be doing a lot. They're just going to be absolutely chewing through. They even have the bonus attack speed upgrade now, so they were shooting extra quick there. They've got this kind of like stand and fire modes. And all these trabs as well. Like, these wooden fortresses, they're going to buy some time, but yeah, like, even the longbows are starting to chew through them. Not to mention the trebuchets. We've got another knight run by, doing a whole bunch of damage. We've got knights over here hitting a wall, so it's actually not doing that much. And now we see the sacred site get taken. Okay, knights and horsemen, sorry. They're going to come in here, but they're going to go up against enemy horsemen and knights, so... And oh, yeah, they're going to deploy palings. Going to make these knights really kind of regret trying to fight these head on. Nyan Racing Cat finally hits Imperial themselves. And, I mean, yeah, like, this is going really well on the side of Eyes of the Forest. Both of them going to hit Imperial. Both of them macroing really well. Lots of this harass coming in over here. Actually starting to burn down the farms. This is actually very effective. Farms are expensive. They take time to replace and rebuild. And, you know, Vills, yeah, killing Vills is like really good as well, but if you can burn down a lot of farms, that's actually a lot of woods that your opponent has to spend to replace them. They are not cheap to build. So all this harass coming in from these knights is doing fantastic damage. Jakobe like really hurting on economy now, potentially going to go down below 100 Vills. And this kind of situation where it's like becoming a big fight about economy, it really does matter. Oh no, speaking of which, knight harass coming over on this side. There is a spring-old emplacement on this outpost. These knights will go down eventually. But yeah, they're not going to be long for this world. Oh, lots of horsemen coming back here to fight this one elite knight. Goes down. And we even see trade between these players. And I think that's only on one side. So yeah, trade coming in. We're at that point in the game where that's like starting to matter. Universities up here. I wonder if we're going to see Nyan Racing Cat do anything with that. And just more fire longbowmen coming in. They're going to push forwards. We've even got guns coming in there. Hand cannoneers. Doing some pretty good damage too. And you know, the further these push forward, the more vulnerable like these forward vills are. Like that's a lot of economy like opening up and a whole new wave of horsemen come in. We're going to see the siege workshop go down. High armory potentially going to get taken down as well. Didn't get any upgrades in this high armory, so yeah, not looking good. Anyway, just constant pushing on both sides. Really nice use of siege. These trebs doing fantastic work. And Pillars and Jakobe had a really strong early game. Like their mid game was looking really good, but this late game, I think Simtom getting to Imperial as quickly as they did just has so much food, so much boom. They can just print horsemen for the rest of the game. Even got these, getting these hand cannoneers to back up their army. And yeah, you've got man at arms. Man at arms actually very effective. Wood or food to gold ratio. It works very well with the English farm upgrade. You see this monk kind of running in. It's going to start healing. And I actually don't think Jakobe can do anything about this army. Really falling far behind on this military count. Economy not doing super well. I mean, it's actually bumped up to 120, so he's actually doing quite well now, but he spent so much time rebuilding villas. I think that's actually chewed into the amount of time he can spend building army. And this actually might be coming up to game. Like, I actually don't think, yep, they can come back from this point. And Jakobe taps out, realizes, hey, you know what, we can't come back from here. I'm actually dead at this point. And Eyes in the Forest take it 2-0 in the finals. Oh, and yeah, that's them. That's your winners for this strongest cup. And speaking of dying, my voice is starting to die, so we're just gonna do a quick recap. Total unit count. Went really back and forth. Pillars was like really high up and then down and up and down and up and down. Whereas Simtom was, I guess, was like a bit more able to stabilize over time. We'll take a look at that timeline again. We're gonna look at village account. The Racing Cat fell behind very early in the start and actually it stabilized and even was like ahead of everybody towards the end. So really nicely done by them. Military account, yeah, you can see where all these longbows were fighting. Pillars actually had a really good push around this point. I think this is when we started seeing those mangonels coming in though, and just able to stabilize. A lot of Knight harass came in, eco harass, kind of pulled Jakobe and Pillars apart towards the end, and yeah, just really nicely done. And yeah, actually, Jakobe just didn't really have a big army throughout the game. Was far more focused on eco. So that is your strongest cup winners. Eyes in the Forest take it again. They go undefeated. So congratulations.